So you don't have to spend $1 million to look $1 million. I'm going to share with you my evening bag collection, what I think of them, and why I don't think you need to spend a huge amount to get a really impactful bag. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. Those who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, glad to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to some slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself and celebrating others. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about evening bags and why I think you don't have to spend a significant amount of money in order to get a really beautiful, impactful piece that can just top off an outfit. And I'm going to share with you my evening bag collection, share my thoughts on them, why I like them, maybe what a couple of the drawbacks are, and I would love to know what you think. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. I have 7 bags that I would class probably as evening bags. However, there are other bags that I have also used in the evening that I don't think fit that category per se, but they're nice bags nonetheless. I'm thinking, for example, I've used my pink Le Pliage on a night out. I've used a Mulberry Bayswater on a night out. Not necessarily evening bags, but they have been used in the evening. I'm going for ones that I think would categorised as evening. So, let's get into my first one. And my first one is from a brand that I've spoken about before, but you don't hear many people talking about, and I'm talking about Osprey London. And I am talking about my Osprey London navy blue mock croc clutch bag or wristlet, whatever you would like to call it, in this beautiful, beautiful mock croc leather. This is a really stunning piece. I think this might have formed a part of their, not Alban, grab clutch or something like that. If I can find the name of it, I'll insert it. But basically, it's a very simple bag. It's a concertina style. It's got card slots on the back, a centre compartment, and then 2 compartments either side. This isn't the most practical thing in the world. You can fit your card, your keys, some cash, a couple of bits and bobs, nothing too much, but it's really beautiful. In terms of a closure, it's not got a zip or anything along those lines. It just slides in over the top like so, slide it through there, and then it all closes in. And you can decide whether or not you want to use this strap. And the great thing with this particular strap is that it is detachable, which you don't often see. So you don't have to use it as a wristlet, you can use it as a clutch, you could use it as a big wallet if you wanted to. This is a really beautiful piece, and what I love about this is the interior. Look at that gorgeous interior. Osprey do beautiful items, wonderfully crafted. They're not a brand that you hear about all that much. I would say they are probably comparable to a brand like Radley, Kate Spade, probably in that ballpark if you're talking about where they sit brand-wise. But beautiful, love this. Love the fact that it's a plate that is fixed to the bag opposed to something that is hot stamped on, so that is not going to scratch off. This is a great little piece, and I'm going to use this quite a lot this summer. Next up, a bag that I don't use very often, but the more I walk past it, I am starting to gain more of an appreciation for it, and this is very much from a contemporary brand called Abbott Lion. And last year, their founder was on the 30 under 30 list from a UK perspective, so good for them, they're making some waves. And this is my Abbott Lion flat bag, which I have here. I just have it stuffed with its dust bag, comes with a dust bag, and this is a little bit of a dupe of a Gucci Marmont. That's what I would say this is most comparable to. You know, they've very much kind of gone with that style. I bought this because I was interested in a Gucci Marmont and I wanted to see if this particular size and shape of bag worked for me. It didn't when I first bought it. However, as time's gone on, I've started to gain more of an appreciation for it. However, I don't have an appreciation for this so much as a flat bag. What I'm actually thinking about doing is seeing if I can get the chain removed and then using it as a clutch. I think that's what I'm considering because, you know, it is a nice item and it's got a nice chain to it. I like the fact that it has this leather trim. It's a nice piece, don't get me wrong. The kind of velvet in this purple is very nice. It's well thought through on the interior. It's got kind of a slip pocket, a zip pocket, a central compartment. So they've thought the bag through really well, but I just think I would prefer it to be a clutch opposed to a flat bag. And when you put the chains like so, I find it a bit cumbersome to carry as a clutch. So I'm thinking about getting the chains removed and then I can just use it as a big clutch bag. And it's quite practical because it just flaps over the top. So let me know what you think of this. I do like it. I think it's nice, but doesn't quite work for me in the style that I've got it. So I am thinking about making that adjustment to it. Will I regret that? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Okay, one that I bought as a bit of a matching piece to my Karl Lagerfeld faux fur coat. And this is my K Pura pouch. I really, really like this bag. They had it in a beautiful soft baby pink that I very nearly bought the last time I was at Bicester Village. But I thought realistically, what was I going to need another one for? Just to have, you know, I should have bought it. But what I think is really lovely about this is it's in this beautiful hot pink, which you know is a favourite colour of mine. I'm very much like Amelia in that sense. She loves this type of pink as well, and we are very aligned there. It's got silver hardware, which we all know is an absolute favourite as well. It's a really nice item. It has no pockets on the interior, it's just one big open space with the Karl Lagerfeld interior. And then what I really like is the edginess of this chain that goes across the front. Slide your hand through if you want and you can hold it like so. Alternatively, you can wrap your hand around the front and hold it like that. It's much more practical than you would first think, but it's a beautiful item. Love the design, love the chain detailing, silver against the pink. It's a fab item. I think I paid about £100 for this. So yes, I think the Osprey Clutch, I think I paid about £50 for that, but I remember seeing it full price, it was about £180, something like that. And the Abbott Lion flat bag was £100, I paid £50. £50? Yeah. You know I love a good sale, you know I love a bit of a bargain. That's where these come in. Okay, a great flap bag for the evening, and this is from my Kurt Geiger collection, and I am talking about this wonderful tweed Kurt Geiger flap bag. What's it got in it? Oh, got a Ralph Lauren belt bag. Could you use a belt bag for the evening? Probably could, couldn't you? But we're not going to put that on the list. But you could if you wanted to. But this is my beautiful tweed flap bag, and it has this stunning, I don't know how well this will come up, but it's got this beautiful navy, and then it's got a black check in glitter that's running through it. The hardware is a little bit champagne-y, and then it has this, the gold, antique gold emblem on the front. This has two compartments. It has a front compartment, a back compartment. Actually, it has two compartments. You're right, Nick. Trust your gut. Two compartments. And the chains run through the central divider. Now, that can frustrate people because what it means is that they can double up the chains, and not all Kurt Geiger flat bags come with a doubled up chain. Some of them, the chains run exclusively through the back of the bag, in which case it's just a single long shoulder. However, if it runs through the center, it means that the handle can double up like so, and then you can use it as a shoulder bag. You could also use it as a crossbody if you wanted to. I sometimes just wrap my hand around and just carry it like so. This is a really lovely item. I bought this pre-loved and I'm really happy with it. It's not the normal size that I would go for. I like a bigger bag, as you know. However, I do tend to go for smaller bags in the evening, so this does fit really, really well. Everything in it. Don't worry about it too much. I don't find the material all that fussy either. Really great item, Kurt Geiger. Highly recommend for an evening bag. So before I get into the final three, I wanted to share a little bit about why I don't feel that you need to spend a significant amount on evening bags. Of course, if you want to, you absolutely can and go for whatever is your personal style. However, I do believe that there are a lot of brands out there, you know, your Kurt Geigers, your Karl Lagerfelds, who do some really high impact pieces in beautiful styles, sizes, materials that are very visually appealing, and you don't worry too much about them because they sit at a reasonable price point. But it's not so much money that if someone spilt a drink on it, if it got a little bit scratched, I don't think you would be as concerned about it as you would be your Chanel Mini. Would you take a Chanel Mini to the club? I don't know. Would you take a Tweed Chanel to the club? I would hope not. Of course, if you can, go for it, but you're brave. Would I take a Tweed Kurt Geiger to the club? 100%. I have, and I will continue to do so. So I just think there's something a little bit more carefree about those slightly less expensive brands that still have a very big visual impact. And believe you me, I still get a significant amount of compliments on my more contemporary designer bags. There's something less intimidating about them, and people, I think, are a little bit less conscious around you, and you're a little bit less conscious. You know, I put my Kurt Geiger bags on the table, someone spills something on them, it's not ideal, but it's really not the end of the world. I can deal with it. If someone were to spill something on my, you know, I don't own one, but my Fendi baguette, if I did own one, I would have something to say about it. So, you know, it's not me saying that you can be careless with these items. You should never be careless with anything. But particularly for nights out, evenings out, I don't like to be stressed about these things. They can still be really beautiful, really elegant. And I've taken many of these items with me to fancy formal events, and they've made a really big impact. So, to that end, let's talk about the one that I took to a black tie relatively recently and really started to fall in love with it. This is my Longchamp Le Pliage from the limited edition Pokemon collection. Fun fact, Bicester Village has some of these. They've sold out with the small top handles, but they do have some of the other variations from the Pokemon collection. They have the shoulder bags, they have the travel bags, they also have the leather versions. So if this is something that you're interested in terms of a print, jump on it now, Bicester Village. There you go. This is adorable. Love the top handle, super cute, super nostalgic, really good fun, a really nice size. It's a little bit small for me. I wish it was maybe a slightly bigger, maybe 30 centimeters opposed to 25, but it was very practical. I could fit everything inside it that I needed to. I even had a spare pair of shoes in here because I was wearing a very tall pair of stilettos. And although I didn't take my shoes off, I could have done. The choice was there. I have a little organizer in it, and I have two Aspinall travel wallets inside. Let's take those out. These are great, by the way. It has a organizer inside it. Mine has this grey lining. On the back, it has Longchamp by Pokemon. It has the back pocket there as well, which is a nice and large back pocket. It also has another pocket here. So it's dual pockets, which you tend to see on some of the newer bags. So it's a beautiful little item. I'm very, very pleased to own it. I did have this moment or a fair few moments where I thought that maybe I regretted it. But actually, it's so fun. It's so playful. It's such nostalgia for me. It's also a beautiful decoration in my flat when I'm not using it. This one always sits out because I just love to look at it. It makes me smile. It makes me happy. It's great. Love it very, very much. Wish it was a teensy bit bigger, like I said, but they didn't do the top handle in another size. So I got the right bag based on the compromises that I was prepared to make. This was also £125, so it's a little bit more expensive than the other Le Pliages, but not so much. You're probably talking about £80 for a small Le Pliage in one of the other variations, but it is a really nice size. The other one that I could potentially recommend if you're looking for something a little bit more structured is the new City collection, or the not so new City collection now, which comes in a coated canvas. They do that in 3 colours. There's a beige, a terracotta, and a black. The black would be very nice for formal events. Could be a good option for you. But this is very cute, very fun, very playful. A bag that I've taken out with me many a time, and I took out with me recently on the hen do that I was on, is from Kurt Geiger. And this is my wonderful, fabulous Kurt Geiger Beaded Sequin Kensington in the medium size. This has gunmetal hardware. It is absolutely stunning. It's a really beautiful item. It has the fringe detailing on the side. I did not expect to love this bag like I have. I thought that this was a bag that I was going to buy, potentially regret, you know, just not fall in love with it. I've fallen head over heels. This is a beautiful item. It is much more practical than you would give it credit for. Currently has a dust bag in it, but much more practical than you would give it credit for. Has 3 compartments. It has the pocket here, pocket on the back, and then a slip pocket there. The chains run through the center, which then allows it to be doubled up shoulder, crossbody, wrap that around, top handle kind of vibe. And it's got the eagle emblem on the front and the Kurt Geiger plating on the back. Very fun, beautiful. Love the fact that it has the pastel beading that runs through the back of it. And this is one of those bags that, to look at it from a distance, doesn't look like much. It looks like a tweed flat bag. Okay, still very nice, but doesn't look all that sparkly. You get up close to it, and it is uber sparkly, and it is so beautiful. I'm really, really happy with it. For what I paid for this, I think this was about £180. It did hurt me that 2 weeks after I bought it, it went in the sale for 50% off. That hurt. That really hurt, and I'd already used it at that point, so I couldn't even return it. Ugh. But do I think it's worth what I paid for it? Yes, I do think it's worth what I paid for it. So I am really happy with it. It's impactful. I get a lot of compliments on this bag as well. This is why when I'm saying I don't think you need to spend a huge amount, this is beautiful, it's elegant, it's sophisticated, and it's impactful, and it's less than £200. This is fun, it's cute, it adds some personality. Again, £125. 2 great options, dependent on what your vibe is, or if you like both, but you maybe have a finite budget. You could buy both of these for less than £500, less than £400. Okay, less than £410. And you've got 2 very different bags for similar events. So, great option, very happy with it, great price point, love the hardware, love it all. Fabulous. And finally, the newest addition to this particular collection of mine. I do have a new bag on its way as well. I'm very, very excited about it. Can't wait to show you. I'm really excited. This is a piece that I think is really fun, really playful. It's got nostalgia to it. I unboxed this. Oh, what was that noise? I unboxed this recently. It is from Nicholas Kirkwood. It is the 10th anniversary Nicholas Kirkwood Pac-Man clutch. This is so much fun. So much fun. It is pretty practical. It's got this beautiful star interior. I will insert a photo because I know in my unboxing I didn't manage to really show the interior very well, but it's really good fun. It's vibrant, it's playful. It's in this, what's the material called? Not latex. PVC? Yeah, kind of PVC almost coating laminate, that kind of feel to it, but I think it's leather, but it's this PVC laminate. It's a wristlet, so you can't attach that like you can on the Osprey, but you could just hold it like so, or you could just let that dangle down, you could just hold it as a clutch. Really playful, really good fun. This could also be a great catch-all in another bag if you wanted it to be. I haven't heard of Nicholas Kirkwood for bags particularly. I knew of his shoes, hadn't heard about him for bags. Really like this though, it's a piece of nostalgia. I bought this from Hardly Ever Worn It. I think it's from 2015, if I'm not mistaken, so it's about 6 or 7 years old. But it was in never worn condition, so I'm really happy with it. Great fun, a really playful addition. I mean, for someone who's a 90s kid like me, this is just great. I mean, come on, let's talk nostalgia. Love it. Anyway, there we have it everyone. That is my collection of evening bags. So please let me know what you think of my particular collection. Let me know if you think it's a category that needs to have money really spent on it. And by no means, there's no judgment from me if you choose to carry, you know, Louis Vuitton Felicis or Fendi baguettes and peekaboos and etc. as your evening bags. If that's what you choose, that's amazing. It's just a category that I've never felt a huge pull to spend a huge amount of money on. I prefer my day bags to be more expensive. So, but let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts are on some of my pieces, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now. Mwah.